So we'll move off of this one, and this one's even worse than the previous one. We are only doing bad tier lists today.
It's great.
And this one is red flags tier list.
You know, I should really do the bit at least once in this stream. So, it's your boy Triple J back at it again with another epic tier list video. Your girl A Frost is here as well.
I wish I was lobotomized.
There you go. Boom. I had to do the bit at least once.
Well, that'll be the intro. Like, record something for the intro. So, deal breaker, bad but manageable, not awful, doesn't really matter, kind of a good thing, or definitely a good thing. And there's only a couple questionable ones in here.
Sweet.
But
lobotomized Scott Pilgrim.
Smoking. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
Aspen Frosten. I can't do a German accent, which is ironic because like at least 2 people in my household are learning German or no German.
That's so funny.
Smoking. I would put smoking in bad but manageable. Like it would be kind of, it's heartbreaking, but like if I'm in love with someone, I'm not gonna break the deal for smoking.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's most red flags you tend to ignore.
Some,
really but like,
there's some that are just like too bad.
You're like, ugh, yeah. But like, smoking is a big no for me because I am a retro game collector, and if you make my shit all smell like smoke, I can love you as much as I want. You can't outlove my autism. Hi, man. Like, if you fuck up my shit, like, don't touch my stuff, don't mess up my stuff, don't make my stuff smell bad.
Yeah.
Smoking is like awful. Like, no, do not smoke near my stuff.
Yeah.
And like. Also, someone who smokes will always reek of smoke. I will not want to touch you. I will not want to kiss you. Don't come near me.
Fair enough.
You're fine with your partner smoking, but his ass going outside. But even if they go outside, it's still like on them. Like, use nicotine patches at that point. Like, vaping is different.
Vaping is fine.
But smoking?
Smoking is rough.
No. No.
Yeah.
If you love me and you love my retro game collection enough, you will switch to vape.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Smoking is pretty bad. It's my family is like not my current household, but a lot of the people on my timeline have been pretty big smokers. Shockingly, they got cancer. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was young, but point is, it's bad. Don't smoke. Vape if you have to, but don't smoke.
How about thirsting for anime men or women?
I think that's it doesn't really matter.
It's weird, champ, but it's not like that bad.
Like it's fictional.
Sex addicts.
Okay, that's probably a deal breaker to be honest.
I'm too like asexual for that shit.
You know, some people would be like, "That's a definite good thing."
No,
but
because like when you're addicted to something, it like they'll get it from other people.
Yeah, you know, it's literally smoking, but requires multiple people, which it like.
And I would prefer to like the couple times I will entertain the idea, I don't want to get like chlamydia, so
yeah, so no, that one's a pretty big deal breaker.
Like when I like 3 times a month, I don't want to get chlamydia, so no thank you.
Hot chip spicy food, that one confused me. When I glanced at this tier list like briefly.
If they eat like a lot of hot chips or spicy food,
I don't think that matters, to be honest.
I think that's a good thing because I love like spicy chips. I love tikka masala. I can't eat super hot stuff, but I don't want a pussy. Like I don't want you to like not eat my snacks.
I don't like. I actually do like spicy food, so I guess it's kind of a good thing for me. So I'm.
Because you want to be able to share your snacks.
Yeah, I like snacks.
I also have a gluten allergy, and a lot of the food I can eat is Tex-Mex, and Tex-Mex has spice to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that's 90% of like my food because it won't kill me. Indeed. So if you ain't eating Tex-Mex, you're gonna starve because I have an allergy. Fan of The Office.
I've never really watched much of The Office, but it seems fine. I think it doesn't really matter if someone's a fan of The Office.
A Friends fan.
Deal breaker. Not just kidding. Again, doesn't really matter.
Walking Dead fan.
I should have saved the deal breaker joke for Walking Dead. Doesn't really matter.
Netflix original fanatics. They watch a bunch of the Netflix original movies and they like them. You have to watch Netflix originals with them.
I guess that's another doesn't really. I mean, I like watching bad stuff with people. So
yeah, but you like hate yourself.
That is besides the point. I would say that's another doesn't really matter.
Sexually attracted to serial killers.
Well, just an attraction. Maybe they're attracted to their. It could be aesthetic attraction.
I've met women who want to like sleep with Ted Bundy. Like,
Ooh.
like a bad boy type thing.
I mean, there's a difference between finding something attractive and actually pursuing it.
Like them just like thirsting over them on like Tumblrs.
Sure, like I would put that in like not awful.
I would put that in bad but manageable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that would be like an ick.
That is a bit dubious.
Girls who say bruh.
That's kind of a good thing. I think that's a funny.
Why? Because it's funny?
It's funny. If someone looked at something that was happening in one of my bad shows and was like, bruh, I'd be like, I'd laugh. That's funny.
How about a pick-me boy or a pick-me girl?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so a pick-me girl is like, I'm not like other girls to be like, for like male validation. And she's always like trying to like, pick me, I'm better than the other girls type thing.
Oh, that's bad. I don't know, that might be a deal breaker. That sounds like bad behavior.
Nothing will turn me off faster than this behavior. I feel like the sisterhood or the brotherhood is important.
Yeah, like
you gotta like have your.
If you're throwing your
like these are your allies.
Yeah, if you're throwing your friends in the dirt just to get a boy or a girl, and that's bad.
Dream SMP fan.
Well, he did cheat in that one speedrun show. Controversial, but I'm gonna put that in doesn't really matter. You can be a fan of someone without approving of everything they did. You know, werewolfism.
In and out of relationships, like they constantly like break up and get back together with people.
I'd put that in bad but manageable. Like
I'm like,
it's not great, but if it's an I could fix her situation, then maybe.
Do not try to fix her. That's your first mistake.
That was my first. That was his mistake. Yeah.
Do you want to go through the emotional turmoil of like breaking
True.
up
I wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. That is a deal breaker. It would mess me up.
The second time it happened, you probably wouldn't do it again.
No.
Like the first time, you'd be like, we can work it out. Second time, you're like,
no.
I can't fucking do this.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
I can't do this again. Communication issues.
That's pretty bad.
Like they don't tell you anything.
Because the bedrock of a healthy relationship is good communication.
Yes.
So.
Because you don't know what someone wants until they tell you.
Yeah, like without communication, like the whole relationship falls apart. So.
You would be surprised. I know plenty of people who are married and like sleep together that have communication issues.
I guess it's.
I just don't want that energy.
It's bad. It's either bad but manageable or deal. I think I would put bad but manageable. I think if it could be issues can be worked through. You know, maybe they could be solved. But like if they
actively like did not want to like communicate with you.
I mean, if they actively did not want to communicate, then that's a deal breaker. Like, because like you have to communicate for it to be fixed.
Comprehension issues. This is different. It's like when you tell them something, they don't like understand it.
Oh, well, that's the same issue. Like
it's like communication issues, but like again, like so like okay, but the difference between comprehension issues is if they're willing to be patient and like re-explain, which falls under communication issues from like the other person's. It's like this is the other side of the communication issue.
If it's a case of something like they want to do better, then like they want to work on the issue, then sure, it's bad but manageable. But if it's like they refuse to work on it, like they do with the communication, then that's a deal breaker.
Yeah. Only text you at night.
It's not awful. It's
why?
I mean,
like they won't talk to you during the day. They won't plan anything during the day.
I mean, it's a bad thing because it's not because it's not ideal.
Or they could have another relationship during the day.
I guess. I think it's just fun. It's not awful where it's like it's kind of annoying, but it's not really the end of the world.
Not awful, yeah. Disrespects their own parents.
Okay, well, what kind of parents do they have?
Okay, I mean like just for no reason in this context.
If there's no good reason, then that's bad. I would say bad but manageable. But if they have parents who are like awful, then I don't blame them. I know plenty of people with terrible parents, and I don't care if they disrespect them. Yeah, no, I think it depends but based.
How about describes every one of their exes as crazy?
Deal breaker.
Because
that is the reddest of red flags.
Because you know they're the
guys. Trust me, my 7 ex-wives. That it was them. It wasn't me.
Like, it's one thing to have like a lot of like crazy exes, but you need to have at least one good ex story. If you don't have at least one good ex,
yeah,
I'm gonna be like, you're the problem.
Exactly.
You're the problem in this scenario.
Yeah, that is a neon red flag.
It's like, oh god, no, she's the crazy one.
Yeah. Ramona Flowers.
Cheated?
Yeah.
How about cheated in the past on a different relationship?
That's pretty good.
Because you know they're gonna get bored of you if they do that. Like, cheating is not something you do accidentally, it's something you do because you hate someone. You would, like, shatter their
This
heart.
is a context-sensitive one where if it was, they were stuck in an awful relationship, I could sympathize. But if this is just a, like, lack of commitment issue thing, then that's a deal breaker.
Like, no.
Yeah.
How about guilt tripping?
Ooh, deal breaker.
Yes.
Dude, no.
Like, the amount of people that'd be like, oh, I'm gonna hurt myself if you don't. No.
No,
I'm never
that's explicitly, they're trying to hurt you to get something. And it's like, no one in a good relationship.
And I know what they usually ask for, so.
Yeah, no. Yikes.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna hurt myself if you don't give it up. And I'm like,
have fun with that, bro.
I don't want that. Like, if they do that early on, it's a red flag.
No. It's a red flag with anyone who guilt trips.
Yeah.
Like,
and if it's like funny guilt tripping, I don't care. But if it's like
no, but we're assuming like serious guilt tripping, and that's
like
awful.
Seriously, like
the worst I've ever felt in my life was
and
people
they'll
guilt
like
trip me.
not talk to you for like days because they
red flag in the dumpster.
Red flag. Hiding the relationship. I think this is context sensitive.
I agree.
I feel like if you hide it from like your friends, that's a red flag. But if you're like in my scenario where you're like a content creator and you don't want people like being weird about it, then you would like, it's not hiding the relationship because it's like pretty fucking obvious if you connect the dots. But like, you're not gonna advertise it because you don't want people to like be weird about it.
Yeah, I think it's entirely context sensitive.
But like, let's think about this in the context. Where did it go?
I don't know, actually. Did it fall down somewhere?
I ate it. I'm sorry.
Chat,
we'll get back
where
to
did it go, chat?
Oh no, I found it.
Okay.
Like in the context of like a non-content creator like friendship. Like with people that are not on the internet.
If they're hiding the relationship because they're ashamed to be in a relationship with someone like you, then that's a deal breaker. If you can't be ashamed of me, because then that's a problem. But if they're hiding it because they would suffer consequences for being in that relationship, then that I can understand. Like if you're in a gay relationship and you have homophobic parents, like I don't blame you. Like some people might take issue with that, be like you should be out and proud, but some people could suffer serious consequences.
Yeah, sometimes it's just better to just like keep it kind of low key.
So it largely depends on context.
And I'm a very private person, so
I also don't.
About it.
Being private about a relationship is also totally.
It's not hiding. It's being private. It's different.
I would say like there's only like one context in which it's bad, and most of the contexts it's fine. So it's like it doesn't really matter or not awful. Not awful because it's like depending. Yeah, on the ideally you wouldn't need to hide your relationships, but
no. But there's a difference between hiding and remaining private.
Yeah, Ash, like that's exactly like a good example. It's like sometimes it's just not safe to be honest about relationships. So like that's totally sympathetic. How
about constantly making you feel dumb?
That's not good.
I would probably not like that.
No, that's probably a deal breaker. If a relationship makes you feel bad, then what's the point?
That's the point, exactly. Has to be reassured frequently.
Are we only putting it in bad but manageable?
I mean, it depends, like, how frequently.
If it can be worked through and it's not too often.
If it's like a sentence or two, like that's fine. But I don't need to like spend 3 hours comforting this person about this one, just like their issues.
Are we talking about needs to be reassured frequently?
Reassured frequently.
Did you mean to put constantly making you feel dumb and bad but manageable?
Yeah. Or is this like deal breaker?
I feel like it's a bit of a deal breaker.
I feel like that probably is a deal breaker.
I'm
also used to feeling. I'm used to this in relationships though.
Well,
I would probably put here because I have no self-preservation.
Yeah, no, I think that's bad. I think it's unhealthy. But yeah, needs to be reassured frequently.
Like it depends how much they need to be reassured.
Yeah, like are we talking like every day? Like are we talking?
Or it's like a sentence, like then you're done. Or like a little hug. That's like no big deal.
Yeah, this is a little context sensitive. It's not ideal.
But if they're like every day.
Yeah, like if it's literally daily, like
and you've already
Bad but manageable, maybe, or not awful.
Yeah. Holds you to a double standard.
Oh, deal breaker.
Deal breaker. Nope, nope, nope. Never doing that. Yeah. No, drinks, energy drinks.
Does it matter? It's not cigarettes. It's not cocaine. It's a Monster Energy. Like gamer subs.
A golf player or a fan?
I don't care.
Cheerleader. Don't care. Right?
That might be kind of a good thing. It means they're athletic and healthy. They'll probably live longer.
Plays Fortnite.
That's like the opposite of being a cheerleader. You're gonna live less long. I'm joking. Neutral. It doesn't matter.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Xbox gamer.
Neutral.
PlayStation gamer.
Does neutral.
PC gamer.
Deal breaker. No, neutral.
PC gamer.
I'm the PC gamer. So. I noticed that gamer subs seem pretty degenerate, and I was wondering about that. Yeah, neutral on PC gamer.
I think it's a good thing. Definitely
really?
Because I'm a streamer.
Well, I guess if you are also a PC gamer, then...
Like, I'm a streamer. I do not want to date someone who will not come and stream with me.
I guess it's kind of a good thing. You know, honestly, there was a moment not long ago where I met, like, an extended family member, and it was so hard to talk to them. Because even though they were young and, like, not, like, I thought, oh, I'll talk to them about video games. I play video games. And they're like, I don't play video games. And I'm like... What do you mean you don't play video games? What do you do?
You're a child. What do you do?
They were like, I'm busy getting great grades and becoming an astrophysicist and playing instruments. It's like, God.
Makes me feel like a loser. Holy shit.
Yeah, no kidding. That's how I felt. I was like, So anyway, PC gaming. Sports video games.
But like, is it a good thing for you?
Yeah, sure.
How about sports video games?
Neutral.
I feel like it's not awful because they're annoying and I'm not interested in them whatsoever.
I'm not super into like I don't pursue sports games, but I'm sure if I was playing with someone I liked, I'd have fun. So
soccer player or a fan?
Neutral, or actually, kind of a good thing. Being athletic and is like not for like looking, like it's not an aesthetics thing. It's just about health. Like if you're
because you know you'll get to keep them for longer.
Exactly.
So same with like football player and like.
I would actually put football player a bit lower because that's more physically violent.
Bad but manageable because they could get a concussion and die.
They could get a concussion. Like that's not ideal.
Hockey player.
Kind of the same thing. Maybe a little not as bad. I think I don't know. Is hockey? I don't know enough about these sports. I just know that people get hurt in them. So
yeah,
baseball's fine.
Baseball player.
That's kind of a good thing.
Trust issues.
Oh, that's...
They never trust you, ever. They're always like, where are you at? What are you doing? Prove it. Send me a picture.
That could be a deal.
Call me.
That's what we're talking.
You would die.
Oh, if that was what we were talking about, if we're talking about someone who's like, I've been hurt in the past, and so I've trouble letting people
I've been hurt in the past. Where are you at? Send me a picture. I don't know.
Okay, if that's what we're talking about, that's a deal breaker.
Give me your Life 360 location. I need to make sure you're actually going where you said you're going.
Yeah, no, that's.
Why are you at McDonald's? You said you were going to Chick-fil-A.
This is a deal breaker. Deal breaker.
Are you meeting another girl?
Stop it! Oh God.
Okay, I have BPD. I have said all of that before to someone.
Oh,
I don't do it anymore. I've gotten better.
Oh, that's good.
But I know this because I was this. War video games.
Doesn't really matter. Like half of all games are about wars.
They're really good. I love like Rip World and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't understand simple pop culture references.
What? No.
I'm kidding.
No, it doesn't really matter.
Advent manageable.
No, it doesn't really matter.
It's not awful.
Fine, we'll settle on not awful.
Because like, it's kind of cute though.
Oh, apparently, it's a literal bloodbath in hockey. So
I'm actually gonna put kind of a good thing because it is cute.
Yeah. We might want to bump hockey up to bad but manageable. Apparently, it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah. Controlling.
You
can't like that girl's photo.
Deal breaker.
You can't like that girl's photo.
By definition,
I need your passwords to your social media account so I can see who you're texting.
Yeah, trust issues and controlling are both built out of the same lack of respect, and
because you don't love your partner and trust them. So
yeah.
like, if
good
you don't trust your partner,
communication and good communication and mutual respect are the two most important things in a relationship, and those are both being contradicted by that stuff.
Yeah. Very secretive.
Be careful if you go get ice cream. I almost ran off the road last night because a cat ran in front of my car.
You got ice cream?
I didn't, but someone else is considering getting ice cream.
Oh, okay. Talking to your own voices. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to Chad.
Very secretive.
That's not... I mean, About what? Like, what are we talking about? Secretive.
Like they won't tell you.
They're secretly Spider-Man, or they have
like they went somewhere and you're like, hey, where'd you go? And they just won't tell you.
I mean, if this is a communications issue.
Yeah. Or like, they're still talking to their ex and they didn't tell you. They're still friends with their ex and they didn't tell you.
Boring me, Spider-Man. I'm secretly Batman. I don't know, bad but manageable. I mean, it's a little vague for me. Like, I mean,
but it's like they don't tell you stuff that you feel like is like important to know.
That's a communication area, so I guess that's a deal breaker.
Doesn't respect your boundaries.
Deal breaker. You have to respect your partner's boundaries.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it depends which boundaries. Because I've also been abused.
Yeah.
So I am more likely to let people kind of do whatever they want with me if I love them. So
no, like I said, respect is pretty fundamental. So I'm gonna.
Doesn't like when you're with friends.
That's another. That's one of the biggest. That's one of the most iconic red flags all time.
Time with me.
Or you're cheating on me, man. No.
Why are you hanging with your friends? Aren't I more important?
Deal breaker from hell.
Yeah, no. Constantly puts you down.
Deal breaker. What?
Won't try out your hobbies.
It's either not awful or bad but manageable. Like, I don't expect everyone to be super into what I do, but
not everything, but they won't like participate a little bit.
Yeah, they won't even try.
Yeah.
I'd say that's bad but manageable. Like,
that's a deal breaker for me.
It's pretty
like,
rough.
especially when it's like my streaming and it's like my like there are games that I care about.
We have to have something in common.
Yeah, exactly. What are we gonna do at that point?
Like, if we're saying that we have no hobbies in common, then that's a problem. Because, like, what are we going to do together?
Like, they only will do their hobbies with you.
Yeah, no. I'd put that in bad management. I think it could be overcome, but it's a bit rough.
I'm putting deal breaker.
Fair enough, fair enough.
That's my love language, is sharing my stuff with you. And if you will not share with me, fuck you.
Someone in chat pointed out, like, it's one thing if they're just not into it. It's another thing if they won't even try.
Yeah,
like,
and you can like not be into something and still like kind of sit with your partner while they like I don't play D&D. I refuse to play D&D. If my partner played D&D, I would sit at the table with them.
Yeah.
I would hand them their little books and little laminated cards. I don't care about it, but
you care about them, so you'll you'll at least try.
I would make food for the table, and then I would like have fun at D&D. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, okay, I can agree with
I
the
would
deal
sit at the table at least.
Let's see. Extremely indecisive.
Yes.
This
is hard.
It's not an explicit deal breaker because it could. It seems like it's bad but manageable.
If it's forever, no. It's okay to take a little bit of time, but like. You can't be indecisive forever. At a certain point, you have to like, do I want this or do I not want this?
True. Like if they're like undecisive about whether it could,
like, if they don't want to label the relationship.
Yeah, like
for like a long time.
This is very
like 3 years.
Yeah, it's very context sensitive. Right? Like it depends on how like severe the indecisiveness is and what it's regards to.
Usually bad but manageable.
Yeah.
No motivation in life.
If there's no motivation in life, then they're probably not going to be in a relationship. You know?
You would be surprised.
Damn. I don't know. It's probably a deal breaker because, like,
if it's I think it's bad but manageable because usually there's like something they're missing.
Here's the thing:
and if they're willing,
a relationship is two people working together to build something. So if they're not willing to put in the time to build that relationship, like it's fine for you to be depressed or to have downtimes or to be not motivated in your career. But like if you're not motivated in your relationship, then there can't be a relationship. So I'd say it's bad, but manageable. It could, and you can regain motivation.
If it gets managed.
If it gets managed. But that's a lot of these where it's like, they're bad, but you could overcome it.
I feel like if it's permanent no motivation, like I can't. Like if you don't care and like if there's a day that I don't text someone and they never text me again, I'm not maintaining that relationship.
Yeah, and
it's like I think that I could stop talking to them and they would never reach out.
Yeah, and another issue is like if they're permanently no motivation, they just never try to improve their life and they're just sinking into a swamp of sorrow, then that's
frustrating.
How do you build a relationship out of that?
Like you love this person and they refuse to like progress and you're like
eventually I'd say that's bad but manageable. It could break a deal eventually. but it's not necessarily a deal breaker.
Because that you can get motivation when you love someone,
Yeah.
or you can join someone else's motivation.
Yeah.
As like their partner.
Car fanatic. It's a hobby, whatever.
Bad but manageable.
What?
It's expensive. Car fanatic is a very expensive hobby that I do not want to fund. Men who like cars. Okay, I have dated men who like cars. Don't is my first. Because one, they're rich boys. Don't date rich boys. Two, they will love their car more than they love you. Every time.
I don't know.
Every time. They will. Hot Wheels is different. That's like an autistic nerd hobby. It's cute and endearing.
I don't think a hobby being expensive makes it bad inherently.
No, there's just something about car guys. I swear to fuck.
I mean, personally, I would put it in doesn't really matter, but...
But you also have not, like, been fucked over by a car guy.
I have not, but just because one car guy's bad doesn't mean they're all bad. Well...
So I am biased against car guys.
I'm neutral on car guys, so I'm gonna...
You've never dated a car guy?
Yeah, but all groups of people are going to have their share of good and bad eggs.
True.
You
True.
know.
So not awful.
Let's settle for, not awful.
Horror movies.
I love horror movies.
I'm a pussy. I will start ridiculously crying if anything's even slightly scary.
Oh, I love watching horror movies because they're so stupid.
Oh my god, I can't.
I laugh out loud in every horror movie
I will
watch.
Start crying if it's even remotely scary. Like the Addams Family movie, it's distressed me.
That's pretty funny.
No, it's not.
That's a very funny movie.
Malik
That's
and
a
I
very
watched the Addams Family
silly.
movie
It's
for, Halloween.
It's a comedy.
We watched, not this year, but the year before we watched the Addams Family movie, and it just was a little spooky, and it scared me.
Ash asks, "Will you? If she says boo, will you start crying?"
Maybe it depends on how scary the boo is.
Boo. Proved it.
You know.
No, I love. I would be so glad if someone was into horror movies.
I would say not awful. I can participate in.
I would say kind of good because it is something I can participate in. So maybe we'll meet in the middle and say doesn't really matter.
iFunny user. It's basically 4chan.
I mean, it's a red flag. I don't know enough about iFunny to comment though.
Okay, I'll say bad manageable. Twitter user.
That's pretty much a deal. It's kind of a deal breaker. I know.
I don't want to be a Twitter user. I'm gonna say not awful.
I think it's bad for your mental health to use Twitter, so I'd say
because if you love someone and they're always on Twitter and they're seeing things on Twitter that distress them and someone said a bad thing about me.
It's like a less severe version of smoking, where it's it's a bad habit.
It's it makes you sad because you love them.
Yeah.
Has a very specific coffee order.
Doesn't matter. If you love them, learn their damn coffee order.
I have a very specific coffee order.
Yeah, come on. That's like being my girlfriend, she insists that I don't put sugar in her coffee. Oh, dude.
No, if you've ever been with me to Starbucks, you'll die.
I will. If I don't care. If I'm in love with someone, I'm going to learn their damn coffee order. Get over.
Imagine it's one thing off.
Listen, there are some things that one has to overcome in a relationship. If they cannot overcome their coffee order, then you're not gonna get very far.
It's called autism. I want it to be exactly the way I want it, or I'm gonna cry.
I ask for my soda with no ice. That's all I ask, and people still mess it up. And I'm like, well, you didn't try very hard. But so that's barely relevant. I'm just venting at this point. Okay, so DC fans, which is I think what we're at.
Yes.
Doesn't really matter. I like DC. I'm watching Batman right now, so.
Marvel fan.
Doesn't really matter. After the MCU broke out, pretty much everyone's a Marvel fan at this point.
Harry Potter fan.
Doesn't really matter.
For me, it's not awful because I don't like to support turf media.
Fair enough.
So for me, it's not awful, but I would prefer not. Star Wars fan. Processing.
It's either doesn't matter or not awful. I don't like Star Wars.
I don't like Star Wars either. Lord of the Rings fan.
I love Lord of the Rings. I mean,
I think it's good. I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't have an opinion.
I think it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm sure there's Lord of the Rings fans out there I would despise, but it doesn't really matter.
Welcome back, Data. Band kid.
Someone in chat says, what if the person is a serial killer instead of just being attracted to them? Well, let's see. That depends. Do they only... No, obviously it's a deal breaker. I'm not going to date a serial killer.
But you're a hardcore pacifist.
I'm a hardcore pacifist. Most people would not date a serial killer. I'm going to be honest.
What if it was exciting because you never know when they're going to kill you?
That's not. I would die of a heart attack long before they could kill me.
Band kid.
It's fine. Maybe even a good thing, because it means that they are probably at least a little. They were athletic in band, and they know an instrument.
Favorite response is I don't care.
That's kind of bad, but manageable. It's either not awful or bad, but manageable. It feels bad.
To manage this.
Yeah.
Because I do not like being dismissed at all.
Yeah.
And I don't care is so fucking dismissive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck is fine with friends, but, like, this is your life partner.
And it depends on what they're talking about, but, like, I don't know.
It's like, oh, I don't care. It's like, or if, like, we've had a mild disagreement, and instead of, like, fixing it, they're like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's bad, but manageable. Overly quirky.
Overly quirky.
I'd say not awful.
I put definite good thing.
Define quirky. Like, what? When we say overly quirky, do they hang baby dolls from the ceiling? Like, what are we talking about?
No, like super silly.
Quirked up, goated with the sauce? Quirked up white boy breaking it down sexual style?
Oh my fucking god.
Woo! What are we ranking? I forgot already. Oh,
Overly
quirky. Okay, describe it for me, because I'm not sure what to imagine here.
Me? I'm overly quirky.
Okay, it's fine.
Like, I don't know how to, any other examples, like...
It's weird, because they're saying overly, which means, like, it's implied
beyond
bad.
what you're normally used to.
I don't know. Like, it's
there's,
weird.
Like,
this is too
quirky,
vague.
like, that's, like, quirky is, like, what you're used to. Overly quirky is, like, something new that you're not used to.
I feel like that's either doesn't... this is weird. It's too vague. I can't even rank it. You rank it. That's terrifying. Yes. What's the next one? TikTok?
Okay. TikTok user. They make TikToks and they watch TikTok.
That doesn't really matter. I don't know.
I am a textbook TikTok user.
It's just
always needs the newest iPhone.
I'm not gonna judge people over wanting advanced tech.
You share finances, by the way. This is your partner.
Not all. I judge slightly.
Types in all lowercase.
Okay, if by overly quirky they mean the annoying girl who's like, I'm so quirky, oh my god. And makes that their whole... That would be bad but manageable. But, like I said, it depends on... It's entirely context sensitive. You can be quirky and be adorable, and you can be quirky and be the most infuriating person alive.
It's like, are they quirky on purpose? Or are they quirky because it's just how they are?
Yeah. Yeah, if they're trying to be quirky, that's probably annoying. But if they're just a person who is not normal or is not boring, then that's not a problem. But yeah. Types in all lowercase. Doesn't matter. What is this Sans the Skeleton hate over here? Like,
so you should convince Jaru to troll on the Minecraft server sometimes. I am trying.
She tries.
Wear him down.
She keeps trying to get me to play Minecraft.
I will get there someday. It's just not anytime soon.
Makes TikToks. Okay, so this is a TikTok actual creator.
Yeah, like someone who's a TikToker.
Neutral? It's just a content creator.
Quotes TikToks IRL.
I am not in the Discord, no.
No.
Quotes TikToks IRL. That's fine. I don't care. I might not understand what they mean. They'll be like, ha, skibbity, and I'll be like, no idea, but I'm not gonna hate them for it.
Like, this is ROTC. This is basically like military.
Someone in chat's like, you basically just said if they're trying to be quirky, then no. If they're autistic, then yes. Well, yeah, you've summed it up well. What are we on now?
Military.
Oh.
I would prefer to not date someone in the military because I want my partner to be the same like career path as me, and I'm not in the military. I'm a content creator.
I'm a pacifist, and I don't know how well I can work past the whole my love interest is literally a killer for hire.
Stevie.
So
yeah, it's a lifestyle like difference.
Like, I'm not judging them. Like, I'm not being like, oh, you're a monster because you're a soldier. I just wouldn't date them. It's nothing personal. It's just not my lifestyle.
Respects animals.
What does that mean? Like, what are you going around like, look at this stupid chihuahua. You're a stupid chihuahua, you know that? It's like, okay, well, that's abusing animals. That's different from disrespecting animals. I imagine disrespect's like they say snide comments behind their back.
Yeah,
like,
animals all
talk shit to my dog every day. Like, but he doesn't know what I'm saying. He thinks I'm just blabbering, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. If this is abusing animals, then obviously it's a deal breaker. But that's just such a funny way to phrase it.
Straight black coffee.
I mean, are they made of straight black coffee? What does this mean?
No, drink their coffee. black.
If they drink coffee, cool, fine, whatever. Everyone in my house is a coffee addict, so I don't care.
Oh my god, same. Subpar hygiene.
Yeah, I'm not saying the military is like so serial killers or whatever. Like, they're not bad. I'm not calling them bad people or anything. It's just there's a value dissonance there that would be hard to overcome in a relationship. Sorry, what are we on?
We are on subpar hygiene.
Ooh, that's kind of bad.
That's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, it's like
I don't care if you're chunky. I don't care if you're a little ugly.
you can be Quasimodo for Christ's sake, but like
you need to be clean.
I can't cope with bad smells.
Me neither. It's like you need to shower and you need to have clean clothes.
Like if you're gonna be
clean linens.
if you're gonna live that
and
bachelor life, then whatever. Like whatever, man. Who cares?
But like you have a bitch to deal with.
Yeah, like the whole. It's another case of respect where it's like if you don't respect people enough to not smell like crap, then when you go around them, then how? Yeah, no, like it's just a basic. Like not only is it, it's bad for your health too. You're like
keep your room clean, keep your sheets clean, keep your clothes clean, and keep yourself clean.
Yeah.
If you're gonna let another person in there.
Yeah. Like again, if you're a bachelor, whatever, dude, or a bachelorette.
Like that's different. This is like the context of like what you do for a girlfriend and what you do by yourself is different.
Totally different. But like, yeah, no, if you're gonna be in a relationship, then be clean for their sake, if not your own.
How about nicknames like Bae?
I don't care.
I think that it's cringe. It's not awful. Just I'm very particular about the nicknames people call me.
I'm totally neutral. I don't care what people call me. I'm neutral on the bet nicknames
Always
thing.
talking about exes.
I mean, are we trash talking our exes? Are we talking about
always like my ex did this, or like always like comparing you to their ex, or always being like.
I'll throw it in bad but manageable because it depends on how we're talking. Like
I miss my ex. You're not ready for another relationship.
If that's the version, then yeah, that's like deal breaker. But if they're trash talking their exes, then whatever, it's fun.
But like I don't want to trash talk. Like if they're trash talking their ex, it's also a red flag because they're not over it.
True.
And you don't want to like enter a relationship with someone.
Yeah, if they're always talking about their exes, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that is.
It's different like when you're early in a relationship and you're like kind of like going over your dating history because that's like part of like. So there's like a progression of like what you're supposed to do. And when you're early on in like a non-platonic relationship, like even before you start dating, just like the non-platonic relationship part, you're gonna bring up your exes and your dating history. That's kind of part of it. Cause like that's like the feeling out portion where you find out if they're insane or not. Cause there's like stuff you don't tend to find out about your friends because it doesn't matter. It matters when you're pursuing a relationship with them. It's one thing to have a conversation about someone's exes. It's another thing to always constantly talk about it.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Once you're out of that phase.
I mean, maybe it's manageable, but it depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Anime fanatic.
Define fanatic. Or we just mean they're a fan?
Like they're obsessed with anime. I feel like it depends which anime, because if there's like underage characters in it that are like being sexualized, that's like a deal breaker for me.
That's like 70% of anime.
So like deal breaker. If they like a good anime, like that's different.
It doesn't really matter / not awful for me because I'm sure I could find something to appeal. Like there's a line between being like loving an art form, obsessed. I don't know. Fanatic's just a weird word. Because it's become kind of synonymous with just being like a fan of something.
Like Gooners would be like an anime fanatic.
I don't know. It depends. I would need to know the severity of this fanaticism.
Yeah, obsessed deal breaker. If like putting an anime on to watch together, that's like different.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Pepsi.
I feel like this is like bad.
Not. I mean, you can put it wherever you want. I'm more neutral.
If they're like having wall scrolls of anime girls.
There's different types of anime fans. So like if there's some types of anime fan that it's a deal breaker. There's some that don't care. So you could put it wherever you want and it'll be an accurate assessment for some faction of the anime fans.
How about Pepsi?
Definite good thing. Who wouldn't want to date Pepsi Man? Pepsi Man!
Favorite holiday is Christmas.
Is this Noel holiday slander now? Like, what is this? This is just like.
One of her favorite holidays is Christmas.
Kind of a good thing. Who doesn't like Christmas?
I have a confession. My favorite holiday is Christmas.
Oh, yeah, then it's kind of a good thing. Pepsi
favorite
flavored
holiday is
pitas.
Halloween.
Fine, like
I love that too, but
I
Christmas
also
is
like
better 'cause
Christmas and Halloween.
just like the atmosphere of Christmas. It's not even the holiday itself. It's just like the 20 days surrounding Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like you're making fudge and you're like baking cookies. And
Kirby
you're
right
by the
back at
fire.
you is goated. Sorry, got distracted
yeah.
by Chad.
No, it's like you're baking cookies and like you're with your family. You have time off from work.
No, it's super comfy. It's great.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And I love them. That's a deal breaker. If they're doing cocaine, like that, we can't fix that. That's deal breaker. Straight
I mean, cocaine.
Yeah, it has to be cocaine. There's nothing else they could be talking about. Here's the name you should know. Dr. Pepper, definite. I'd say kind of a good thing. Dr. Pepper's all the rage in Texas.
I love Dr. Pepper. Have you had the Whataburger Dr. Pepper shake?
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
It's pretty good.
So
I don't go to Whataburger super often because they're expensive as hell, but I do like their stuff.
I like Whataburger because I have a gluten allergy, and they'll give you like a deconstructed burger without the bun.
Nice.
And then so it's something I can have.
Yeah.
Because I like my partner can get his terrible burger, and I can get my gluten-free burger, and go home and get like a bagel out of the freezer, heat it up, and have a bun for my burger, and have a bagel burger.
You're gonna make me hungry at this rate. Root beer is also definitely a great thing. Root beer is awesome.
That is my favorite. I'm
I
drinking
love
root beer
root beer.
right now.
I can't have root beer all the time. I have to like take breaks because it get like the spice of it all kind of fades if I have too much in a row. But I do. It's
pour
good.
it over ice cream.
Root beer is the cheesecake for me, where it's like it's
I
incredibly.
love cheesecake. Oh my God, I love cheesecake.
It's delicious. I have to only have it once in a while though.
I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I want cheesecake so bad. Natural hair color dye.
What?
It
doesn't matter. Who cares? If they have brown hair, like what? It's fine. It can be fun.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter at all.
Parents track their location.
That's not really a them problem though. Also, this is weird.
Like, as an adult,
that's a weird comment. Like,
okay, my grandma has my location. It's because she has really bad anxiety. I go out because I'm small and tiny.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and she was scared someone's gonna snatch me up.
I mean, technically, like my phone, like a lot of the phones in my household have like tracking for each other, but it's just like a safety thing to be like, well, they're late. Are they on the highway? Like, it's not. I don't know. It doesn't have to be this weird Big Brother spying thing. It can just be a safety
it's just
thing.
Like I want to make sure they're fine.
I think that, and if they're a teenager that you're talking about, and this is like a teen version of this, then it doesn't.
No, this is for adults.
Okay, well, this is if it's for adults, then I don't know. I don't think I care.
But like a young adult, it kind of makes sense because you're still like learning to adult.
Yeah. No, I'd say this whatever. Not awful at worst.
Gold digger.
She's gonna find no gold, I'm afraid. She's gonna find dust specifically.
But what if you like release your book and like you make a bunch of money? And then some shit comes around, it's like, ooh.
Well, then that's explicitly not a sincere relationship. So yeah, obviously it's a deal breaker. Deal breaker.
Is that how some people feel?
Deal breaker. Straight to hell.
Like when you start making money, you don't want people to be like, ooh.
Hey, I like swamp creatures, actually.
No, you gotta like the swamp creature while they're broke first.
If you don't like me at my swamp creature, then you can't have me at my swamp creature in a top hat.
You give off the vibes of someone who, like, when you're rich, you're gonna get, like, a custom-tailored suit and, like, hat. You're also not a swamp creature.
I'd get a hat. And that would be the extent of it.
Even if you're, like, wealthy?
And whatever hat I get, the very next day I buy it, after I buy it, I'll go on Twitter, and people are like, did y'all know this is the new cringe hat? And I'll give up on that hat and never wear it again. That's every single hat I've bought so many hats in my life and been like, I'm so happy to have a hat, and they'll go on Twitter, I'll be like, did you know only losers wear this kind of hat?
Please wear a fedora, it'll be so cute.
I don't know where my fedora went. It's gone.
Oh my God, you have one?
It literally has dust on it because I haven't worn it.
Asriel's dust.
Literally Asriel's dust.
It'll fit you perfectly.
I do have a bunch of hats that like my mother made. They're like rainbow colored and like rainbow berets. Like
that's cute.
They're very cute.
I want them. I'm taking them from you.
Exactly.
Believes in astrology.
That's fine. I don't care.
I think that's a definite good thing for me because I do astrology. And if you won't participate in my schizophrenia, Like, I need you to participate in my schizophrenia.
The whole beliefs in astrology thing is a weird thing to put on here. It's like, are we going to list other belief systems too? Or are we going to be like, they believe in the Greek god Hera? It's like, what else are we going to list? Yeah, I have no issue with the astrology thing. I think it's fine. It's fun.
You need to participate in my schizophrenia!
I'm not... Okay, fine. But I want their date of birth so I can get their money, says chat. I respect that. That's the spamted. I feel very similar about rocks and crystals and whatnot. It's like, fine. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, you believe in something supernatural? It's over. I don't know why I did a muscle man voice. My mom loves rocks and crystals too.
Just like, this is part of my religion, so like,
yeah.
Of course they don't have powers, but I do feel like they represent different things. Yeah, and I do wear a lot of rocks on my person.
I'm just imagining like, a necklace made of coal.
If you stick your hands into any pocket in any outfit, there will be a rock in it.
That's great. It's so that way you don't you sink right to the bottom. So you...
No, it's like citrine and like amethyst.
Oh, okay,
okay. Religious.
No, I have no issue. What kind of religious? Like
just in general.
In general, because every religion's exactly the same. It totally depends.
But if it's like my religion, I feel like kind of a good thing.
Yeah, like if they have the same like faith system as you, then you'll be more compatible. And if they have one that's incompatible with you, you'll be incompatible. It just depends.
Yeah.
Like if they're a Westboro Baptist, then obviously it's a deal breaker. But like, you know, it's whatever. It depends.
How about a Vans wear?
I think that's a shoe.
It's a shoe.
I'm neutral.
I have Vans. I love my Vans. Sneaker or shoe collection?
Cool. Neutral.
I'm also neutral on shoes. Again.
It's some kind of negative. I mean, not again, this is kind of like the soldier thing where it's like, I'm not making any comments on vegans. I am not vegan. It would be a bit of a conflict. It's not quite on the same level as being a soldier though, so it's like
an allergy.
Yeah.
To gluten. I can't do 2 fucking dietary restrictions.
I didn't climb to the top of the food chain to eat carrots.
But like, I have a gluten allergy. It's already like a nightmare to manage my food issues enough. It's already such a difficult time to find a restaurant to eat at together. I can't add this. I can't add someone else's dietary issues unless they're the same dietary issues.
That's totally valid.
Because my partner will have to probably like not eat gluten as well.
Oh yeah, I used to wear Converse as well back in the day. Then my feet just got flatter and bigger, and now I just don't wear good shoes.
Why?
Because I wear good shoes. I can still
wear like the kids' sizes of shoes, so my shoes are cheaper. I can wear like children's shoes.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, nothing. Where are we at now? I forgot what we were talking about.
Addicted to the gym.
Let's see. Well, it's an addiction. So, I mean, I guess I'd put this on the same level as any other addiction. So, like, where did we put that one addiction? What was it?
Deal breaker.
There was something else low. Okay, we put smoking in bad, but manageable. So I think it can't be worse than smoking.
Because you'll never see them because they're at the gym. Like you'll never see them.
I mean, it's kind
of... They get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym.
Yeah, it's like any addiction. It's bad, but manageable. I mean, it's an addiction that can be fixed, so... And it's not as bad as smoking, because at least you're trying to be physically active. But it is an issue. Stuffed animals. I mean, I personally can't date a stuffed animal. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
I mean, like, they have a lot of stuffed animals, like, on their bed, like, everywhere.
Don't care. Who cares?
That is a green flag for me because I have a problem with Squishmallows, and if you do not, like, go to Walgreens and you see a cute Squishmallow that you know I want, and you don't get it for me, I'm gonna be so sad.
Deal breaker.
Like, if you see a Squishmallow, and you know I would like the Squishmallow, and you have money for Squishmallow,
get me the Squishmallow.
I expect a Squishmallow.
Excellent.
Thank you for the raid, Chaotic! Welcome in! We're doing a tier list! But, yeah, like, Aspen, people need to pay their bills. But if they're my partner, we're sharing the bills.
Exactly.
And if they have money for Squishmallow, for me, I expect a Squishmallow.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't care about the toys. It's whatever. It's fine.
Weed.
I mean, smoking is bad for you, but if they're not smoking, then they're just eating it as like a medicinal thing, then whatever.
Since I live in Texas.
Oh, it's a crime. Oh, you're right.
And
I don't need that stress.
I don't want my partner to go to prison.
I don't want that smoke.
So I prefer if they don't commit crimes. So I don't want this in my car. I don't want this in my house.
Yeah, you're
unless
right.
I lived in a state where it was legal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because if I lived in a state where it was legal, I'd probably be prescribed cannabis for my autism.
Fair enough.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
But it's not legal, so I don't want it in my car.
Alcohol. What does this mean? Like they're an alcoholic? Or that they have a little bit of wine every other evening? Like
that's me. Like, I can have a little bit.
Yeah, like, this is vague. If it said alcoholic, that would be a deal breaker.
Let's just assume, like, they drink too much. Like, they're, like, wasted frequently.
Then it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, because you don't want to deal with that smoke
It's smoking, but also they become dangerous to themselves and others. So, yeah. It's just
Foot
bad.
fetish.
I'm not here to judge. It doesn't really matter to me.
Okay. I feel like it would be weird because I don't like to be sexualized.
And that's valid.
And I would say bad and manageable because I don't want people to be too terribly into anything because I cannot provide that. I am sorry. Dirty white Air Force Ones.
The internet's lucky that I know some things, because otherwise it'd be like, what is this even? What is this? Don't care. I don't care about their damn shoes.
All black Air Force Ones. All black Air Force Ones.
Don't care.
I don't know what this is.
Chunky philus?
I think it's a car.
Neutral until informed otherwise.
Always wearing a hat or beanie.
I don't care.
Good if they're bald, but like if it doesn't matter if they're not.
It really doesn't matter. Filas are a shoe brand, apparently.
I'm not posting a story. I'm gonna change this to posting on social media when they haven't replied to you yet.
I mean, I don't know. This feels nitpicky. Like,
they took.
Long. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if they didn't reply instantly, instead they took a minute to post their tweet and then replied, then
that's different. I mean, it's been like 30 minutes.
It's just
it's been like 2 hours.
Okay, it's a respect thing. I'd say that's bad but manageable.
I feel like I'm not prioritized enough, so bad but manageable. But this will become a deal breaker if if this is someone I'm dating in person or I live with. I don't care.
Yeah. I would say
like once you live with someone, your DMs are no longer like good morning, boo boo. It turns into take out the trash and do you want anything from Subway? Like your DMs become very boring when you live with someone. Or like, are you done streaming? Would be a text you give to an in-person partner.
Yeah, and something chat pointed out just now. It's like, yeah, some people are just really forgetful. It's nothing personal. It just leaves their brain. Like I have a lot of ADHD friends and family, and so it's like it's one of those things where it's like, if it's too bad, it could become an issue, but I would not say it's an outright deal breaker.
I mean, like, if it's your partner, and it depends what stage in the relationship you're in.
Yeah.
Also. Because, like, if you're in the later stages, why are you texting? You live together.
Yeah.
But if it's, like, mid-range, where it's, like, you're already comfortable with each other, and you already have your routine, and, like, you know when you're gonna visit, you know when you call.
Yeah.
You don't need to text all the time.
And if it's something really urgent, you just call them. Like, you don't have to... You don't have to text. Like, there's this weird culture around texting, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's bad but manageable, and it's pretty manageable.
Yeah. It's like, it depends. If it's early on in the relationship, and you're still in, like, what we call the talking stage, where you're still, like, figuring out if they're crazy or not, and you don't have your routine, and you're not, like, used to having them around yet, this is bad. Later, it literally becomes a non-issue because you're not texting anymore.
Yeah.
Even long distance, there's a certain point where you stop texting because you just pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah.
Like you don't even like text or anything. You just like call because I know you're up. Like 8 o'clock, it's our time to call.
Yeah, most in my household and like most of my extended family, it's like they'll text memes, but if they want to talk, they'll talk. They'll call, like so.
Or walk in the room because you live with them.
Exactly.
Like knock knock, has a mullet.
I don't care. They can be Quasimodo. If I love them, I love them.
Yeah, Quasimodo's like so ugly, he's cute.
The Disney version is.
Yeah, just even in general, like sometimes things are so ugly they're cute.
Fair enough.
Like the Bingus. Hi, Bossy. Bowl cut. I think they meant bowl cut, but.
Bowl cut?
This is just their hairstyle.
They style their hair to look like bull horns. No, a bowl cut. I mean, honestly,
you don't care.
If I had never watched JoJo's, I would have said it's a deal breaker. But JoJo's has one of the swaggest dudes ever, and he has a bowl cut, so I'd say it doesn't matter.
Middle hair part.
I don't care.
I have a middle part. Rock, metal, or alternative fan.
I listen to rock metal sometimes, so whatever.
So
it's
that'd
fine.
be a good thing.
Sure, like
Because you have a similar taste in music.
Sure, I mean my taste in music is all over the place, so.
Yeah. Any type of rap fan.
Neutral. I don't care.
Pop music fan.
Don't care. We can just put all the music ones in. Don't care.
Country music? I mean, some of it's good.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh my god. Bad at driving. Or can't drive.
Okay, there's a difference between can't drive and bad at driving. Bad at driving is like, they could die one day randomly.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Like, doesn't drive. But if it doesn't drive, then it's whatever. And not
For me, I need them to drive because only one of us can be a loser. I need someone to come pick me up.
Apes together, strong. But yeah, no, I would say this is either bad but manageable or not awful. It's whatever. Like
driving.
Because like if you're bad at driving, that's a threat to your life and other people's lives. If it's just you don't drive, then it's it's inconvenient, but it's not going to destroy love.
No, it's just like, okay, passenger princess, I need to haul you everywhere.
Yeah, and in the day of like Ubers and stuff, it's really not as big of a deal.
God, I Uber everywhere because I can't drive.
Ooh, here's a deal breaker. Straight to deal breaker. You cannot. I cannot cope. If someone even looks at me funny who I care about, it ruins my day. Like, no.
I can't. I don't ever want this energy in my life ever again.
No, same. I don't want it in my life right now.
Where's Uggs?
Don't care. Actually, that sounds adorable. Kind of a good thing.
Horrible.
Uggs are adorable. Like, aren't those like the fuzzy, like ridiculous?
Does driving make your car feed you gluten? Yeah, I can't. I would disassociate on the road. It's because the DID. It's a trigger. It's a stress trigger.
Wait, Uggs are adorable.
Uggs are cute. Yeah. Gaslighting.
Gaslight, geek, girl boss. No. Obviously, deal breaker.
Yeah, because I don't want to. It's super easy to gaslight me because I have DID.
I like them. Kind of a good thing.
But if I kiss someone and they taste like salt and vinegar chips, I'm throwing hands.
You're throwing hands for real. No cap.
I will like grab them and like shake them a little bit.
That's why
you're like, oh, you taste like chips.
All right, there's our red flag tier list.
This is our entire red flag tier list. We have a green flag tier list as a palate cleanser.
Okay.
Which is nice things that are like positive. Because I knew you would be sad after the first one.
It wasn't too sad. It was mostly confusion.
But I do need more root beer because I have a problem.
Fair
so
enough.
I will be right back. I need to grab more root beer. BRB. Be funny. I'll be right back.
Okay. Big shot. Skibbity. He's just like me for real. Oh no, I'm not fast enough. I talk slowly. People watch my videos at 2 times speed. Sorry. Hey guys, how are you? How goes your evening? Yeah, I'm having a good time. It's fun. I was expecting this to be much more cocaine-addled in terms of energy, but it's actually pretty chill. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm too broke for DoorDash because they're like, oh, we're gonna charge you a fee. It's like I'm just gonna go to the store myself. I wouldn't if I could avoid it, but
I am back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I get DoorDash because I can't drive, so
makes sense. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah. Chronic pains is also a bad one.
Yeah.
Okay, here is a green flag tier list.
Alright.
Not even broke but used DoorDash once and they charged $20 for 1 burger. That was enough.
Same.
Oh my god. That's why I need someone who can drive. Because I need a little, like, road king to, like, take me everywhere.
I'm a penny pincher now. Like, I'll splurge on, like, 1 nacho occasionally, but mostly I eat ramen like a peasant.
Admits mistakes.
I'd argue that's absolutely necessary.
Yes.
Like, someone who's so egotistical they won't admit when they're making mistakes, that's problematic.
Because you can't progress anything at that point. Like, how are you supposed to progress anything if they won't admit when they're wrong?
Yeah.
Good conversationalist.
It's borderline absolutely necessary.
I would consider it necessary because that's what I look for.
Yeah, like, that's the meat of a relationship, is the talking.
No, it's to bang them.
No,
for
it's,
most people.
You know, most people are savage animals.
I am like Ace Arrow, so like if this is how I connect with people,
yeah,
is by talking to them.
I'd say it's necessary.
Shows vulnerability. This is more of like a depends what phase of the relationship you're at.
Like, yeah, if you're breaking down in tears on date 1, then that's not
like
ideal. But if it's a case of like, I think this is supposed to be like they're willing to admit when they're hurt by something, they're willing to open up. And I'd say that's
like at some point they're gonna have to trauma dump. So
yeah, and I think it's borderline necessary. But if we can drop it slightly because of some people who they show too much vulnerability.
Like date 1, don't trauma dump on me over steak. Like no. That's something you unlock over time.
Tortured yet relatable past info dump. But yeah. What are we...
Someone creative. Someone who has like creative endeavors, like they write or they like sing or they like
it's very nice.
Other creative things.
Yeah, very nice. I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary,
Make art.
but it's very nice.
Nice bonus.
Yeah. Or very nice or nice bonus, either one.
Yeah.
I love
Takes
creative
care
people.
of themselves.
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They need to be able to feed themselves.
They need to be
like,
self-functioning.
They need to be able to wash their own laundry.
Yeah, you can't have someone be your parent for you.
No. Offers to pay.
It doesn't really matter.
It depends what perspective you're in coming to the relationship to.
Yeah.
Because like I'm more raised to like be paid for, so it's a nice bonus for me.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like if we're working from the perspective that you enter like a date or whatever with the assumption that you're going to pay for whatever you're both going to contribute, and then they're as a nice little bonus they're like, oh, I'm going to pay for it all because I like you. Then that's fine. That's fine.
Because like if it's a friend and that you decided to date, then you would go 50-50. But if it's like you're courting me, I don't care about you. You're courting me, which I wouldn't even end up liking them because that's not how my brain works.
Yeah.
But if you are attempting to court me, absolutely necessary. You're paying for my time.
And we're working off the assumption that they can afford to pay for it, and they're not just throwing themselves into debt trying to pay for dinner.
No.
Tech savvy.
And at that point, no. Like, you're not ready to date if you're broke.
Yeah.
If it's a friend
that
you already love, that's different. That's not, I don't consider that traditional dating.
No, that's just hanging out.
It's more of like just, oh, fuck. Like, that's different.
Yeah. Tech savvy is a nice bonus.
Yeah, nice bonus, because I am a content creator. I need to be able to explain what an OBS is.
I love that there's several people in my household who are really tech savvy. It's really convenient. But like, I don't need someone to be tech savvy to be in a relationship.
I like people who are in my same profession, and if they're not tech savvy, at least a little bit, we're not gonna have the same profession because I work on the internet.
Yeah.
It's doors for you.
Doesn't really matter.
I don't care.
That doesn't even register on the scale. Like
that doesn't feel like, okay, I might just be aromantic, but that's like just, I do that for random people.
Yeah, I'm not doing it because I'm in love with them. I'm doing it because it's basic, like, I don't know, it's weird.
Like, I was here first, I'll open the door.
Yeah. And if I'm opening a door and there's someone behind me, I'm not gonna pull it shut before they can get in. Like,
people do that.
People are bad.
We're also, I'm from Texas, and it's common courtesy is normal.
Yeah, it's not.
In New York, you'd never find it.
I would not hold this as any sort of special behavior.
No, does not drink.
It
depends how much you're drinking.
Yeah, on its own.
If we're a hard liquor, no. If you're drinking hard liquor, and it's not a little taste, no. If you're getting wine and cheese, that's different.
It probably just doesn't matter if they don't drink. It's I'm not gonna be oh, you don't drink? Then maybe we have a chance. That's not a thing. It's not a plus, no. It's a non-thing.
That's not something I'm looking for. I have a checklist, and that's not on my checklist.
Yeah, it's being I don't like Marvel movies. It's cool, bro.
Why is that
that's not a plus, but it's thanks for the info.
And you don't have to like every single thing your partner likes.
Now, if they don't like Air Bud, then that is an issue.
Doesn't do drugs.
Great. This is the same.
Absolutely necessary.
I mean, this is a weird inverse thing.
An illegal issue.
Even if they were, yeah, agreed.
Good with animals.
Nice bonus. I've had a pet all my life, so it's good if they can at least.
I feel like it's a nice bonus. I don't know if I want a cat at least at some point. Well, a kitty.
Yeah.
Shared music taste. Again,
nice bonus. Yeah. It can feel a little bad when you're with someone or you're hanging out with someone and they just don't like the same music, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and like, music is just music. It's not like.
It's the same thing as like, I don't like Marvel. It's like, cool, bro.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like this weird experimental music you listen to.
Yeah. Makes you
Makes
laugh.
you laugh.
That's like absolutely necessary.
That's absolutely necessary.
I've never had a good relationship with someone who didn't make me laugh.
Because like, I will find someone funny before I'm attracted to them.
Like, I feel like the default pastime of hanging out with someone is talking and trying to make
being
each other
silly.
laugh. Yeah.
Being silly.
Like, you can have deep talks and you can have silly talks, and like, you're not going to be digging deep talks most of the time, so or at least not all the time, so you're going to have silly talks. So, yeah.
Like, deep talks is like 20% of the time, and the rest is like bingus, and then you just laugh. Malik, you are hilarious. Shut up.
Yeah, people in chat are like, well, what about weed? And it's like, well, I mean, I don't...
If it's legal in my state.
If it was legal in my state, it'd be different. But if we're talking about illegal drugs...
fuck with the law. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
If they're a criminal, actively a criminal, or if they are, you know, addicted to a drug, then both of those are deal breakers.
Yeah. Play sports.
An extra bonus? Okay. I mean, I don't know. It's just another fitness thing where it's like... It depends on the sport, too. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter. Shared values.
Absolutely necessary?
Yeah,
that's not
because if you disagree on like your core fundamentals, like
then
what
how
are you
yeah
even together for?
No, that you can have complex and value clashing relationships in fiction for entertainment, but for real life, no. You want shared values.
Yeah.
Tall.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care. Gives you compliments.
Yeah. Like if they're never saying nice things about you, yeah. You can't get me all the way to the wedding altar without complimenting me.
No, and then like it says no compliment in the entire vows. Like we met. We talked. We're getting married. Like
PogChamp.
PogChamp.
It sounds insane. It's just yeah, obviously.
Independent.
Is that what this says, man? My eyes are terrible.
It depends how independent.
Like what? Yeah, like what does that mean?
Because if you're hyper independent, they don't want you.
Like, are they a loner or are they self-sufficient? Like, this is too vague.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, kind of a bad thing. It depends. It really depends.
It really depends. Like
because like the life you live when you are single and the life you enter when you're in a relationship are different.
Yeah, and like there's a difference.
You have to like kind of share more of your life and think about things from like a team perspective. So if you're too independent and you don't involve your partner, that's a problem.
But if you're not independent enough and you're too codependent, then that's also a problem.
Yeah, because you need to still have your own separate lives.
I'd say this is it doesn't really matter because it just totally depends on the degree.
It's too vague.
Yeah.
Reliable. Absolutely necessary.
Yeah. Like someone has to be reliable. That's a weird one.
It depends. Like, I don't consider myself a kind person. I'm kind of an asshole sometimes.
I guess, like, are you kind to your friends and family? Like, that's the issue. Is like, is it saying, oh, they're not kind to strangers, or they're not kind to anyone? Like, if they're not kind to anyone, then that's a red flag. Okay, so if the assumption is they're kind to me, then if they're not kind to other people, then but they're kind to me, then that can work. That's fine. Actually, it's necessary that they be kind to me. We're in a relationship.
Yeah. This is like in the perspective of your partner.
Yeah, no, they have to be kind to me. They can't not be kind to me. It's like the compliment thing, but even worse, because it's like you're not even being kind.
Outdoorsy. Red flag for me. If someone asked me to go on a fucking camping trip, I swear to God.
Listen.
I will not go camping. I'll go glamping. Like, if you get me a nice, like, little cottage with Wi-Fi and water, hot water.
Here's the thing. I can't say it's a red flag to like the outdoors.
Okay. I do not like outdoorsy people who are like hiking and like, because it's a clash. It's a massive lifestyle clash.
I would say it doesn't really. Well, it's weird because like the lower tiers here aren't saying like, oh, it's a deal breaker. They're saying it's a red flag, which is weird.
I'd say it's kind of a bad thing.
Because red flag and deal breaker are different. Red flag is objectively a problem, whereas deal breaker is just means like, oh, it's bad for our dynamic.
Yeah.
So this tier list is a little weird.
For me.
I guess I should define these lower tiers. Let's just say that that's a red flag just means a red flag for our specific relationship, rather than in general. I'll accept can be a bad thing, kind of a bad thing.
Because I don't want to be taking.
I hate the outdoors.
On a camping trip.
Yeah, no, I hate going out in the outdoors. So, like, it would be a bad thing for a relationship with me.
Because, like, Malik loves camping. And he's like, we're gonna go camping. I'm like, the fuck we are not. The fuck we're not. No, take me to a game conference. That's more fun.
Open
communication?
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah, like, if you're not talking, what the fuck?
How do you have a relationship?
Family-oriented.
Like, what does that mean?
It's a nice... Like, they spend a lot of time with family.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's a nice bonus.
It depends on the family. Like, if they're a family that's really unpleasant to you, then that could be a problem, but
yeah.
If we just assume they're around normal, healthy family and they like their family, it shows that
they live with their family and, like, just they spend a lot of time with their family.
I think it could be fine. I'm more neutral.
It's like, early on, it's a green flag because if they treat their family well, that you know they're gonna treat you well. Also, if they're too family-oriented and, like, they won't move out with you, or, like, they're, like, or they never want to spend Christmas with your family.
Yeah.
Won't be a problem for me. But
what did camping ever do to you, Ask Chat? Do you know how many insects are in the forest? All of them.
I'm prissy. I'm very prissy. I like my skincare. I like my sheets. I like my bed. I like my computer.
Like, I remember sleeping in the tent in the forest, and it's like, this is hell. God forbid a storm rolls up, which it did.
It's not relaxing.
That camping trip was terrible. I'm just remembering it now. It's like there were tons of mosquitoes. I burned myself with, like, the little cook a hot dog over a fire thing, hot poker. And I slept on, like, the ground, and it sucked. And there was a storm. I don't like. That's what camping did to me. To answer your question.
I hate it. And then also, Aspen is disabled, so hike's the other question. Yeah, I have hyperextension. I can't hike for long periods of time.
True. And I'm lazy, so.
Can have comfortable silence.
Can't?
Can.
Oh, can.
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah, because you can't talk to someone constantly. You have to be comfortable just hanging out. And you can still spend
time with someone without, like, yapping.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, that's early in the, like, again, depends where you are in the relationship. Early on, you're still, like,
it's like an interview process. You're supposed to be talking. If you're not talking, then you're not dating correctly.
Yeah.
But once
like,
you're
when
already
you get further down to, like, getting used to someone, you should be able to just, like, to be able to sit there.
Yeah. Once you're in a relationship, then you should just be comfortable with each other.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's important. Spirituality.
That one is either very nice but not necessary, or absolutely necessary, depending on what we're, like, it depends. I think
it's very nice but not necessary, as long as they respect my beliefs.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Is like, they don't have to have the same beliefs as me, but they do need to respect my beliefs.
Yeah. Barely on social media.
Oh, that's... What?
That's a red flag for me.
That's a red flag?
Yes.
But we just talked about Twitter's so bad about people.
That's Twitter. That's Twitter.
Okay, what are we including? To answer Coke or Pepsi, it's Pepsi. Content creators. I mean, I guess it's a... Like,
I will only date my own, so...
I think it's for me, it doesn't really matter.
For me, it's a red fucking flag, because I don't want to be with someone who's not in my same career path.
Fair enough.
Because I want to... Yeah. Doesn't take themselves too seriously.
In my defense, Malik, I have no standards when it comes to diet soda. I will just drink anything. It's just, whatever's cheap. Pepsi's cheaper than Coke right now in my store, so that's why.
Social media as a whole is toxic, true, but it's my job, so I have to be on social media.
To an extent, yes. So, like, I can understand your perspective on that.
Like, I need to be posting a TikTok every day. I failed today, but I need to be posting a TikTok every day. I need to be on Discord. Like, I need to be, like, this is my job!
Fair enough.
I need to be streaming.
Doesn't take themselves too seriously. I mean, what are we saying is the inverse of this? That they take themselves too seriously?
Like, they're not willing to, like, take risks. They're not willing to, like... They get embarrassed really easily.
In that case, that's...
And they, like, get so hung up on stuff.
That's kind of absolutely necessary. I can't have someone who just takes life way too seriously.
Yeah, like, I'm too disassociated for that. Like, kind to service workers.
Very nice, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need you to make, like, there's a difference between being kind and being neutral, you know?
Like, not being a Karen to, like...
Yeah, so, like, you can be neutral to service people, and I'll accept that. Like, but that's not what this is talking about. It's like, they actively are sweet and kind, and it's like, I don't need that. It's nice if they are. Kindness is nice, but as long as they're not being a Karen, like, I don't really care how they treat the social people or whatever. Service workers.
Green thumb, they plant a lot of plants.
Good for them. Neutral. Don't really care.
Neutral, okay. I'm not watering someone else's plant.
Same.
Like, you can have your plants, I will not babysit your plants.
Yeah.
Gives you space.
Yeah. I mean, if the alternative is they constantly invade your space, then that could be an issue.
It's more like they can't really spend any time without you. Like, they want to sleep in the same room as you, and they always want to sit with you constantly, 24/7. They have, like, nothing else going on.
I don't know. I feel like I need some amount of private time.
I would always have my own bedroom. Like, I'm fine with sleepovers. I just can't. I need my own space.
Yeah, fair enough.
When I'm done, and like, cool, we've been hanging out. I love you. You're the love of my life. I'm gonna die next to you. I need to go in my room for a couple of hours.
You can water your plants in Amori. Spoilers.
Oh my god. But you touched on me that constant cuddles. I can't. I have a limit. I have a limit.
I have a personal bubble. I don't like people touching me.
Yeah.
Like, I can take a. I give the most awkward hugs you'll ever see.
But if it's like your partner, it's different though. I'm used to them by then.
Sure.
Like, it's a different context than just like random people.
Let's see. Does
grand romantic gestures. That's a red flag for me. Because grand is public.
Yeah.
I'm fine with like, and also it feels really love bombing to me. And I am also autistic. I don't process things great.
It's kind of a bad thing for me. Yeah.
I also don't respond properly to like stuff. Like, I'm like freaked out. A proposal is one thing, but I would prefer it to be more private.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, it can be like a big deal, but I want it to be private. Like, yeah. I want to be like traveling.
Like, if they did if the grand romantic gesture was a private grand romantic gesture, then that's cool. That's sweet. But if we're talking public, that's an issue.
That's usually what a grand romantic.
That's like a weird peer pressure-y thing. I don't like it.
Yeah, just like if it's like, oh, we're flying to Japan, and then you propose, like, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's like,
I want to propose
public
with you, and I'm gonna spell your name in the clouds, like.
If it's like we're like in public in a mall and like 100 actors, like flash mob, like no.
No.
I would just crumple up and die. No, no thank you.
One more time.
No thank you. Politically active. Flag. Red flag. Flag for me.
This one's hard.
Like, they're annoying about it, really annoying about it. I feel like life is too short for politics.
But if they're just like specifically, there's a specific issue that they're really passionate about and they just really want to make the world better for that group of people, like they specifically want to get like gay rights or they want to get disability ramps in their neighborhood or whatever, like but if we're talking
it's not like every new thing that comes out, they're on board.
Yeah, if it's a small scale, like they're politically active because they care about their community kind of thing, then I can accept that. But if it's like they're super political constantly, that's stressful.
Like, I'm politically active in the way that I am a DID, OSCD advocate, and that's, like, the extent of it.
Like, I'll vote. Like, I do my bare minimum participation in politics, but I don't know. It's kind of stressful. I'd say it's not, like, something that couldn't be overcome, but it's kind of a bad thing for me.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, kind of a bad thing.
Yeah.
Affectionate?
That's very nice, if not outright. Like, define affectionate. Like, what are we talking about here?
I would say, like, more like they'll hug you, kiss you. They tell you that they love you all the time.
I think that's necessary. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not for everyone, but for me, like, I don't know. I want you
to act like you love me. Like,
yeah, like my self-confidence is way too low. I would prefer that personally.
Yeah, it's like, are we roommates? Like,
that was one of the funniest. That was one of the funniest things when I was researching homosexual relationships for my book. Is that lesbians are just like, being a lesbian is being roommates who spend all their time together for 12 years.
For sure. You're gay.
They're like, what? It's like, I don't know if she likes me. Plays instruments. I'd say it's very nice.
Nice bonus.
I come from a very musical family, so I guess it's either, I guess it's a nice bonus.
I'm gonna guess my throat is an instrument because I'm a vocalist.
Yeah, that counted.
Confident. Nice bonus.
It's a nice bonus.
Because, like, they don't have to be super confident.
No.
For you to still love them.
Yeah.
So
if they are, good for them. I said if they are confident, though, then good for them.
Yeah, just, like, also, too confident people in a relationship. Like, no. Like, I have enough confidence for, like, my entire relationship. I don't need another person to, like, try to one-up me.
Yeah, if it's clash in confidence.
Like, I can just drag their little sad sack behind me. It's okay. I don't care. Artistic skills.
That's an extra bonus. I don't need them to be an artist, but it's cool if they are.
Yeah. No emotional baggage. Is that even possible?
Is that possible?
I'm gonna say a red flag because they're lying.
Yeah, maybe kind of a bad thing. Here's my thing. Emotional baggage, like if we're saying they had baggage but they worked through it, that's different. But if we're saying they've never had any negative emotional baggage in their entire life, then they're either a robot.
They're lying.
Or even if they're not lying, they can't relate to people very well because they won't.
Yeah, like I'm incredibly mentally ill. I need someone with a little bit of like, I need you to have lore.
Yeah. No, I think
I'm putting that red flag. If you don't have lore, how are you supposed to connect?
Yeah.
Sure, I have better lore, but
I think if confidence levels match that of Team Rocket, then yeah, well, that's different. Like if you're confident in a way, if like you have a couple who's confident in a way that doesn't clash with each other, then that's just a power couple, and that's fun. But yeah, it's obviously irrelevant to me because I have no confidence.
Goes to therapy.
Okay, I would say that's an extra bonus.
Nice bonus.
Everyone could use therapy. It's not unique to the people who have crazy traumatic backstories. Everyone has problems, and everyone could benefit from a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
A little bit of.
You have to have something to do.
You have to have something, even if it's just one thing.
It's necessary. You have to have something to do together.
Yeah.
Calm under pressure.
I'd say it's very nice, but not necessary.
Yeah, because like not everyone can do that.
Like it's not an irrelevant bonus, but that's a really nice. Yeah, and it's a very nice skill. But I don't need someone to be a master under pressure.
Yeah, intelligence.
Yeah, it's pretty necessary. If I feel like I'm way stupider or way smarter than my partner, then it will feel like there's the power balance isn't right. Like
I feel like it should be about like smart in different ways, but like similar ways.
Yeah, like if someone feels like if I feel like I'm way like if it feels like my partner is way too smart, way smarter than me, then I'll feel like an idiot all the time, and that's not good.
Yeah.
And if I feel like they're way less smart than me, then I'll feel like I don't know, it'll feel icky. It'll feel like I'm.
Feel like their parent.
They'll feel like their parent, and like that's not good either. So yeah, no. I want them to be intelligent. They just but around my level.
They exercise.
That's very nice. It's not necessary, but it's very nice.
I feel like you should be doing something.
Yeah.
Like expand like your lifespan.
The only reason I don't put it in necessary is because some people are just naturally not that physically like they just naturally end up decent in terms of their general body mass and whatnot.
And they don't have to like manage as hard.
Yeah, they don't have to manage as hard. In which case, it's not necessary for them to be exercising. But it's very nice if they are because it's just generally good for you.
Doesn't smoke.
That's very nice.
I can't handle the cigarette smoke. Speak positively about exes, or at least some of their exes.
That is very nice, but not necessary.
I feel like it's important because if they always talk bad about their ex, that means if y'all have problems, they're gonna talk bad about you.
Yeah. No, if you can't look back on your relationships and put at least something to blame on yourself for why it didn't work out, then you're not thinking objectively because that's not how relationships work.
And I tend to only date my friends, so I don't want to lose that person if the relationship doesn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're constantly being like, oh, I loved them, like, if you're being insensitive to your current partner by constantly talking about how great your exes are, that could be a problem.
It's like, we had a good relationship, it didn't work out for these reasons. Like, I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
To say at some point. Stable job. Very nice.
It's very nice. It's borderline necessary, but it's very nice.
Yeah, because I don't technically have a stable job because I'm a content creator.
Same.
But also, like, that's kind of just par for the course.
Yeah.
Honesty.
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
At the very least, with me, they need to be honest.
Yes.
Like, I don't care if, like, well, I do care if you're lying to the world, but, at bare minimum, you can't lie to me.
But it's funny. It's like spreading misinformation on the internet. That's funny.
Would someone really do that? Go on the internet and tell lies?
Physical form doesn't allow you to work out often. Same. I do a little bit just for like basic maintenance because it helps my arthritis and my other stuff.
Fun.
If you can't have fun with someone, Are
And like fun can take many forms.
Yeah, like they don't have to be like the life of the party, but like if I can't spend time
going out, like
no, like it can just be something like you chill, you know, Netflix and chill or whatever. Like that's fun.
Don't say Netflix and chill.
Does it have a sexual connotation?
Yes.
Damn. It was. I don't know. That's a shame because that's such a fun, chill image.
No, Netflix and chill is basically you come over and we put Netflix on. We don't actually watch Netflix.
Oh, that's a shame.
Did you just find this out?
I kinda knew, but I was hoping.
You were hoping you were wrong.
I was hoping I was wrong. Damn.
But like anything you do should be fun if you love someone.
Yeah, agreed.
Even if it's stupid, and like wouldn't be fun if anyone else did it.
Yeah.
Homebody.
What does that mean?
Like they stay at home most of the time.
Oh, I'd say that's I don't know, extra bonus maybe.
Extra bonus because they're not gone all the time.
I don't like going out, so.
Because if they're not a homebody, they're gonna drag you out.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to go places.
You have to say Netflix and actually chill. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Me when I want to Netflix and chill, but they take their clothes off. Keep those on.
Yeah.
Keep those on. Likes to travel.
Kind of a bad thing.
Why?
Because I don't like to travel.
True. I mean, it depends. Like how far.
I have anxiety. I can't.
If it's like to see family like 2 hours away, that's different.
That's different. But I'm imagining like, let's go to Japan. It's like
I do want to travel, but I don't want to travel a lot.
no, and that's the thing.
Like,
Likes to travel is I like to travel a lot. Like that's the implication. So
like I want to go to Japan at least once.
I don't know if I want to, like have to or whatever, but like I'm cool with like if so the rare occasional trip is fine. But if they want to do it like all the time, that's an issue.
No. Like when I get married, I'm dragging them to Japan. Like that's just gonna happen. Like we're going to eat sushi. It's going to happen. Fellas is a red flag to enjoy Madoka Magica. I'm still trying to pressure Jaru into watching Madoka with me, so I would say no. I'm biased. Emotionally intelligent.
Absolutely necessary.
Emotional intelligence is a very complex topic.
You need to be emotional intelligence is even more important than being regular intelligent. Like I don't care if you don't understand, you know, physics or whatever, but if you can you need to understand your emotions and my emotions.
Yes. That's
like the most important part of a relationship.
That's the only type of intelligence I got was emotional. I'm stupid at everything else. Like feelings, I'm good at that. Supportive.
Absolutely necessary. Like you have to support your love interest.
Puts the shopping cart back.
Extra bonus? Like I assume someone's slightly decent if they do that.
I mean, like if they can't, I get it, but like.
Sure. Well, I mean, like if they
small task.
If they like, you know, just throw their cart to the winds, then like
that's an asshole move.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, put the cart back.
Yeah.
Usually, like the person who drives does not take the cart back, in my experience.
Weird.
What do you mean weird?
Because everyone.
I'm a passenger princess, so I take the cart back.
Oh, I thought you meant that like no one takes the car back.
No. Okay. So when I go shopping with someone, I take the cart back because I'm not the driver. And they get the car started while I
that makes sense.
Put the car back.
It's efficiency.
Yeah. Self-reflective.
I feel like that's necessary on some level. Because, like, don't you have to be self-reflective to be emotionally intelligent?
Yeah, it's like know what the hell is going on and like actually progress.
Yeah, I don't know. If you spend your whole life never being reflective of yourself, then like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like.
It sounds like it sounds egomaniacal, to be honest.
Ambitious.
I'd say an extra bonus.
I feel like it's pretty important, especially in our field.
Okay, in our field, I just don't need it
like,
to love someone, I suppose.
I mean, like having love is not necessarily enough to have a relationship with somebody.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Very nice, but not necessary.
Yeah, because like you can love someone as much as you want, does not mean you can make them your life partner.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Thoughtful gift giver.
That's very nice. Or
extra bonus.
Yeah, it's extra bonus.
You think that would be? It just hit you that Jaru's like right here, right now. Why?
Boom. Jaru's jump scare. My name is Jaru, and today we're talking about green flags.
Tier list.
I prefer the color grass rather than the color of leaves, but...
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 12, Sephiroth.
What?
That guy famously mispronounced Sephiroth. As number 14, Sephiroth. It's
Give
just
me like 2 seconds. I need another drink.
fair enough.
Because I need more root beer.
Fair enough. Stares intensely. All right, chat. Who's your favorite Deltarune channel? There is a correct answer. Correct answer, Ash. Good job.
Back, it's Andrew Cunningham. I'm kidding.
Oh God.
It's you. It's my favorite.
Hey, Malik. Good answer. Also, Matt Pat. What?
He's gone.
He's made like 3 Deltarune videos.
Oh my god, where did my model go? You and Molly Stars are the one text-to-speech creator that uses the bestest phrase. That's Half-Red. Half-Red Chaos. They make really good stuff. Good hygiene. Good hygiene.
Oh, yeah. Half-Bred Chaos. Yeah, no, I love Half-Bred Chaos and stuff. Although they've gotten me way too hyped up about a potential Deltarune that's never going to exist.
No.
Yeah, good hygiene. Absolutely necessary.
Just clean yourself up.
Yeah.
Please.
Come on.
Please.
You're in a relationship.
Quick to text back.
Bonus.
Because, like, texting is a very, like, temporary phase of a relationship.
Yeah.
That is not going to last longer than, like, a year or 2.
Yeah.
Good with kids. I don't care. I'm not having them. So.
Doesn't really matter.
Does not matter to me. A good cook.
Very nice.
Very nice because I have a food allergy.
And I love food.
Same. And most of the food I eat has to be home cooked because I'm allergic.
Fair enough.
Shared movie/TV taste. Nice bonus.
Yeah, that's very, if not outright. But here's the thing. I can watch stuff that neither of us like and have fun as long as it's a funny enough time.
It's funnier if neither one of you like the show.
Yep, Torchwood.
Shares household chores. I think that's necessary.
Necessary. You can't do everything.
I'm not gonna clean up after you.
I mean, unless you're doing like a housewife, house husband thing.
But like, no.
No, even then, they should do some of the chores.
You should still help. They can't do everything. Organized.
Your activate Windows watermark. Yep, same.
I need to get you like Windows for Christmas.
They don't need my money.
That wouldn't be your money, it'd be a gift.
What are we on?
Organized.
That's a nice bonus. I'm not super organized, so.
I'm not the most organized person in the world, but I also don't like dirty. No. I like to be able to walk and not have stuff I knock over.
Yeah.
Adventurous.
Kind of a bad
I don't want to be
thing.
too adventurous.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad thing.
Like, I like to keep my routine.
Yeah, I prefer quiet, happy life over adventurous, exciting life.
No, like, I got stream to get back to. Like, I can't go to the mountains for a weekend.
Like, I got, speedrun challenge history videos to watch. Like, I gotta go find out how they speedran The Hobbit in 2007. Like, I don't have time to go adventuring. Absolutely necessary. If not,
if they're not listening, what's the point?
Yeah.
Loyal.
Super necessary.
Very necessary.
Like, come on.
Again, what's the point?
What's the point?
Like, that's your, like, rock that you can depend on no matter what.
Yeah.
Takes an interest in your interest. Absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah, listen, stream is important, but I gotta go to the Pacific Northwest to go Sasquatch hunting. Malik, you're too outdoorsy for me.
Sasquatch.
Good relationship with parents.
It's a bonus.
Depends.
Obviously if they have a good relationship with bad parents, then that's an issue, but...
If they have good parents, I would want them to have a good relationship with their parents.
Yeah, I would say it's a good bonus in general, because you don't want someone to have a bad relationship.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, but it's something you can work around.
Yeah.
Respects boundaries, absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary.
Because, like, there's some level of, like... Yeah, there's stuff I can't do. Clingy. Yeah, because... There's a difference between, like, being close and being clingy.
There's being affectionate and there's being clingy.
Because, like, what do you define as clingy?
Like, they just never leave you alone. And, like, they get upset when you try to spend time away from them. And, like, just, I don't know. Clingy is just, you want to be with someone to the point of never letting them be alone. And it's like...
Because it comes from, like, a distrust. And it doesn't come from, like, a general, like, want to show affection.
And it also just, like, sort of represents a degree of disrespect. Because you're just not letting them have alone time.
Because, like, after a while, once you're used to someone, you shouldn't need to spend every waking moment with them.
Yeah.
Like, there's different phases, and once you're out of the, like, honeymoon phase, you're gonna have to, like, chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Wealthy.
Nice bonus?
Red flag.
What?
I've never, like, okay, so people who are wealthy, and were always wealthy, they don't develop a lot of the other good traits that they need to like be a good partner.
Well, it's different if they're born with a silver spoon in their mouth, but if they just became wealthy through a successful career, then that's
like different though.
Yeah. So yeah, if we're talking about like an aristocrat versus just a successful person, like if they're just they're successful and they did fine, then that's cool. It's an extra bonus. But if we're talking about
at my point in my dating history, I haven't met people who became wealthy later in life because that would require me dating older people.
Or would require they be Mr. Beast.
Yeah, but like most of the people I like would date would be like old money, and like they have always been wealthy. Yeah. And that's a red flag, because they're missing so many key components of like a good partner because they don't have to do them because they're wealthy. They can get away with more. Same with like being attractive. I consider very conventionally attractive people a red flag because they never had to develop their other traits.
Yeah.
And they could just coast off of being attractive, and I don't experience physical attraction, so it completely falls flat for me. And they're just like a husk of like a person because they don't have anything else going for them. He likes to play video games.
I would consider that very nice, but not necessarily.
Playing video games?
Yeah.
I think that's very nice.
Yeah,
because
like,
it's something you can do together.
Yeah, like it would be difficult. Like I wouldn't have much to talk to them about if they didn't like video games. But there is some like I could. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's very nice.
Yeah, because it's like, what are you talking about? I just might be autistic though, so positive attitude.
That's good, especially because I'm a grump sometimes.
So like very nice.
I'd say it's very nice. I can definitely fall for someone who's a bit of a grump, but I don't necessarily. I prefer them to be happy.
At least most of the time.
Yeah, like you can be sad sometimes, but if you're always a grump, then that's
like
hard.
That's annoying. Like be silly.
Yeah, have at least
that's part of the making you laugh. Like
yeah.
you can't be grumpy and be funny at the same time. Unless it's like a joking like wee, like that's funny. Wee. Likes to dance.
It's an extra bonus, maybe.
Yeah, it's a extra bonus. I've always wanted to learn ballroom dancing.
Yeah, it does sound pretty neat.
Like partnered ballroom. That's like on my bucket list of like once I get an idiot to like drag to shit, I want to sign up for a partner dance class with them. Because I need to drag my idiot to learn ballroom dancing. What?
Nothing.
Likes to read. Red flag. I'm kidding.
I would consider that's same as video games where it's like that's good. I like reading too. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's good.
Financially responsible.
That's kind of
with
necessary.
With what you have, you have to be responsible.
Yeah.
Like if you're broke because you're stupid, that's one thing. But if you're broke because you're broke, you gotta manage what you have to like survive.
Yeah.
Likes to party.
That's kind of a red. I mean, for me personally, that's the opposite of my seed.
Because you wouldn't ever, like, because it's not something you can do together.
No. So yeah, that's a red flag for me.
Likes to play board games. Absolutely necessary.
I would say that's a very nice, but not necessary.
Yeah, but I love Monopoly. I like Yahtzee. I like poker. I like canasta. I love playing board games. Takes care of themselves. Absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary.
Because like I can't be your mom. I can barely take care of myself. I can't take care of you.
Absolutely.
Like, did you shower today? Like, no.
No.
Did you eat yet? No. It's more like, I'm making chicken nuggies. Do you want chicken nuggies too? That's what I had for breakfast. So this is our complete green flags tier list.
Indeed.
Yeah.